Hey guys, Marsingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to take the LR Prime Battle EZA cell into the Red Zone Broly fight. I did talk about this yesterday. I'm going to do a different team build than I showed off his original showcase yesterday. We used the double STR-17's team. He is also on the 200% lead for AGL cell. And the strategy for this is going to be, actually, who's in slot 7? Oh, of course, it's Super 17. So I don't have the rotations that I want, like, at all. Because the goal is to get the Int 16 in slot 1 to be the defensive unit. And then have LR cell in slot 2. And then we're going to have all of the floating units are going to be cell units. So then we will be able to get our links active with our boy. From primarily the unit that's in slot 3. So, unable to get an 18 key super on the first turn. Obviously, it doesn't help that, you know, we got the AGL cell on the first turn, and they are both first form cell, which means they don't link together at all. Unfortunate, but at least AGL cell has type advantage in this scenario, so wouldn't have been the complete end of the world if he were to get super attacked in slot 1, but fortunately, this is playing out reasonably well. And remember, the LR Prime Battle Cell, he builds up the defense in his passive by super attacking. It doesn't have to be the 18 key super. So if we do get a 12 key, it's not the end of the world. However, we don't get the extra attack with a medium chance to become a super if you don't get 18 key, which is unfortunate. Now, I mentioned it in yesterday's showcase, and some of you guys said in the comments section that you've had a very similar issue, is that we didn't really get very lucky with getting those additional super attacks, because it gives you the additional attack, and then it has a medium chance to become a super, and I think we got it like once in the entire video, so pretty awkward. If I do this, then I'll be able to do this. So 16 should be okay, because we're going to get him onto this rotation with the LR Prime Battle Cell, and because all of the floating units will be the cells, that means he's going to have his passive, which is having the full rotation of Android/Cell Saga characters, so that he can then potentially get his guard, and obviously that's why he can operate as a slot 1 unit. Now, I did mention in yesterday's video as well, if you're going to run the double STR-17s, because of the target Goku lead, a good option is the LR Golden Frieza, or if you don't have the LR, even the AGL TUR Golden Frieza. You obviously just have to be careful about dropping below the HP threshold. Not going to share a lot of links with the Prime Battle Cell, but they can serve as a good slot 1 unit, and then, just like this, you run a bunch of cells floating to get those extra links in the final slot, right? So, 16 getting an extra super here is good. Hopefully he kills him, though, because yeah, I was going to say, I really don't want to have to go into yet another rotation, because the problem we have here is I would obviously like Tech Prime Battle Cell to get built up as quickly as possible, but he's not a slot 1 unit, right? So, no attacks in slot 1, maybe? No, that'd be way too lucky. So, what is his start of turn defense here, then? Yeah, 328k. I mean, we wouldn't die if he gets supered in slot 1. And then I suppose if I go for the 12 key super on purpose, we are going to heal. Now on this team we have 670k HP, so him healing 15% on his 12 key super means he is actually going to be healing us over 100k from his super. So hopefully he doesn't get supered here, but if he does, it won't be the end of the world. Perfect. Okay, this will allow us to get basically back up to full HP here as well. And then we get a second super for his build-up. So, alright, bit of a shaky start, but it is unfortunately just, you know, the case of getting bad rotations. What can you do? Would be nice if you could pick your starting rotations, especially in an event that has limited attempts per day, but we won't get into that whole topic again. We've discussed it many, many times already, but it is what it is. So let's go for... You're not going to be able to get a super... even if I put you in slot 2. Well, I guess I'll do this. Now, eating a super attack here, Super 17 hasn't really had any build-up yet, so that would be quite unfortunate. But we are on full HP. You know, we can always get the heal with the Tech Cell next turn. Well, yeah, 130k when he's taken no attacks. And then because he didn't super, he doesn't raise his defense. Like, this AGL 17 can still be useful in some of these difficult fights, especially against Broly with the first phase being STR. It's just the fact that because of the rotations that we were given, we had to float him off on turn 1. Whereas ideally you want him to get a bunch of hits in on the first turn, or get hit a bunch of times, right? Because then he's building up his passive, and then that makes him a little bit more reliable for this tech stage, where he obviously can start to take quite a bit of damage. How much are you going to do to LR Cell here? I'm thinking it's not going to be too crazy. Yeah, double digits. Let's go. All right. That's what we like to see in LR Cell. Man, we need a new cell, or like a, well, it needs to be a cell really for the purposes of the links, but we need a really good like slot 1 cell. Ideally like maybe a second form cell, or I forget which way around they call it, right? Because there's like cell perfect form in brackets, or perfect cell, and then there's like super perfect cell. Whichever one is going to have a different name to the int LR would be an ideal one to get, right? Because then he'll link up with the AGL one once he's transformed, he'll link up with the int one, he'll link up with the physical one, he'll link up with this guy. Like, all of this could work very, very nicely in our favour. So now we have the setup that we want, which is of course to have the cells floating in slot 3. I'm fairly sure 17 won't kill. Oh, sorry, 16 won't kill, even with the type advantage here. So I'm going to give him a super just so we can get some same type orbs. And then we'll do this, and we'll do this. Or we won't, because it won't actually register that I clicked it. But there we go. So 16 shouldn't kill. Yeah, he's only at 2.1. But we now have a good setup for Prime Battle Cell with his full 24 key. Yeah, so he's dropping a 7 mil, and now he is fully built up. So we'll check his defense on the next rotation. That's one rotation that we didn't get to see in the showcase that I did yesterday, which is him with the int LR cell. So that rotation is going to work quite nicely. Oh, and look at this. We get here ready to do this as well. Well, this is pretty good. Now, the only downside that we have here is that... Do I use an item? Because the thing is, both the 17s will tank the AoE from Broly here reasonably well, but int Cell won't unless he gets the super attack first, which, considering he's getting floated off, is pretty unlikely, right? So let's do this, drop all these int orbs, and then do this. Cell has decent defense, but yeah, the earlier Broly supers, the worse it is for us. STR17 being able to take a bunch of hits here is really good as well. Get him built up a little bit. And now we have this other rotation the way I wanted it, with the double Super 17s. So we should be cooking from here on. It just depends whether Broly decides to super before int Cell gets to attack. If int Cell attacks first, then with the Whis active, he should eat the super pretty well. And then, of course, you getting some extra hits is good. Okay, so, of course, here comes the super. So how much do we take from this? Should be double digits on... Okay, yeah, you're going to absorb it, but with the Whis, that means we'll heal for, yeah, nothing. Double digits, and then still 260k. Oof. Would we have lived? So we would have lived without the Whis, right? Although, actually, were we on full health? I don't think we were. But yeah, the Broly AoE phase can always be so annoying. It's why I still think, and will always argue, that Broly is more difficult than Metal Cooler Core in the general scheme of things. Because that AoE super plus dodge being disabled. Because there are teams that you could bring, like there are units that would eat the big one from Broly's AoE, but they could dodge and be fine, but they can't. Right, so those units that would potentially get eviscerated by the Metal Cooler Core, they can just dodge him, whereas you can't dodge Broly. So, do I use the Rage mode here? I mean, I guess I could, right? It cancels out getting supered, so I guess I could, right? And as we are running double cell, it means I do get to save one for the AGL phase. Unfortunately, not the best key. We do get guaranteed crits though, and then I guess I can set up some tech orbs here, ready for Prime Battle Cell. So as long as Broly does super this turn, because he might not. It's not like he does actually always super every single turn. But as long as he does super this turn, it means he won't super when we come out of the buff cell. Yeah, watch him not super this turn now. Which means if I hadn't used the rage mode, we would have been fine. But it does pause the turn counter thing, right? So we still have the Whis active, even if we... of course he didn't. Oh my god. Alright, well, we still have the Whis active, but that is a little bit annoying that he did that. Okay, what can you do? Alright, so we'll do this. Hopefully 16 will actually guard. And then we'll do this. So let's see. And we get the guard, and then he supers immediately. Because of course he does, right? So double digits. Now we took less than 100k on the tech cell with the Whis actives. That's pretty good. This is where we really want to get the additional 12 key super so we can get some heals. Remember, on his best turn, he can get 3 supers because he can get the passive, which we did. Okay, good. And now we could also potentially get the hidden potential. I think mine has 22 additional. We get the additional normal attack. Boo. Alright, well that's good though. Double super for him means that he's going to be sitting at like, what, set around 700 to 800k defense on this turn, which is pretty good. And then obviously Incel gets the KO here. So, very nice. And then we move into this one. So, I think we should be looking good here. The only problem is that AGL cell, again, this comes back to the whole like units not being able to dodge, because AGL cell has decent defense and has dodge built in once you get to perfect cell, but you can't dodge against Broly. So Super 17 and and Super 17, both the Super 17s would be able to tank a super from Broly, but Cell won't, right? So yeah, there's him supering the STR one, so that's perfect. Man, these last 2 days, I've managed to get the Super 17 super absorption in both the videos, and yet when I was doing the showcases for him when he came out, I was so difficult to get. It was crazy. Now, the thing that could be good here is, would AGL Cell with the Whis, would he live the super from Broly? I actually don't know if he would, but if we do, we will be on such low HP that we should get the transformation and the full heal from LR Cell. So this could work out quite nicely for us here. It all depends on what happens. Yeah, see, I would have much preferred him to super attack Super 17 if he was going to super again. Well, let's see what happens. If Cell gets any additional supers, of course he doesn't, then he'll get some extra defense, but... Okay, so how much do we take here? Are we just dead? No, 173k. Alright, that is less than I thought. And thanks to Cell's EZA, we are on the money. We're at what, like 35% HP? So if this was pre-EZA or they didn't change his HP restriction, then we wouldn't have got the transformation. So we absolutely take that. Big W's. Alright, so we share 3 links with you. And we do get Shattering the Limit from this 16, so that is actually pretty good. I don't really care about 16 supering, but unfortunately, because of where the orbs are placed, I can't really get around it. It also means he's getting the Dokkan attack, which is kind of funny, but... Alright, so we'll do this. And then... Oh, we can get 9 orbs for Incel as well. This is going to be a good turn. As long as you actually guard. And he didn't. Oh my god. Really? 16 is going to sell for me after that amazing comeback with the transformation with Cell. Because if he gets supered now, he's dead. Bruh. Really? You really couldn't? Oh, man. Why have you got to be like this? At least get a double super. But, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? If he gets supered, it's just GG. Yeah, see, he's taking damage from normals. Bruh. The Whis is still active though, right? Is he just instantly dead? I think he is. Oh, so close. Oh, actually. Oh no, because he can still super again. Tech Cell could live here. In fact, with the Whis active, I think Texel does actually live here. Get an additional super? Oh, you legend. Alright, so I should have shown the defense on screen, but we already saw from the previous, like, fully built up without support, he's at around 400k. So after a double super, he's going to be sat at around 600 to 700, and we had the Whis active, so he would have lived a super from Broly. Because he would have taken what, like, without a Whis, he would have taken something like 300 to 400k, but we had the Whis active, so double super from Incel here is really good as well. Can we bring this back though? We are going to have, oh no, we're not below 30%. I was going to say we're going to have the Scouter for STR17, but no, we're not. Well, it's on you, my boy. You have 454k defense. You do have some damage reduction, but I mean, at least we know he's not going to take damage from the super, but is it going to be enough? His defense is fully built up now as well. I mean, I'm perfectly happy with what we saw from Prime Battle Cell in this event, but it just comes down to essentially what I said yesterday as well, is I feel like he is really good, but just his team and the units that you kind of have to run around him to get his links, and even just, you know, to get his 200% leader skill, like, yeah, that kind of lets him down a little bit. We need a new really top tier Cell, and ideally needs to be a really good slot 1 unit. Gives all of these guys a 200% lead. I mean, I know that AGL Cell did that when he released, giving all the cells a 200% lead. So I feel like it's not a leader that they feel, you know, needs replacing in any short amount of time. And of course he does. So yeah, now AGL Cell is going to eat it here. Did he double super? I don't think it matters, but because we've got no Whis up this time. Yeah, 638k. Well, Texel, good, but needs a new team, really, for him to be meta relevant again, unfortunately. Like, in a vacuum, he's good. He works well enough in the meta, but sadly, the rest of the team is kind of a letdown. But let me know what you guys think. What would you like to see for a new Cell? Let me know your ideas down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.